Welcome to Driveway DIY, where we bring the shop to you. On today's episode, we're going to show you how to replace a drive shaft U-joint. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to remove a drive shaft so that you can replace the U-joints. We're going to start back here at the rear. You're just going to use a wrench. You can sometimes get a socket in here, but it's usually a little tricky to get a socket on these. I take one out from each cap, and sometimes, if you do it right, if you loosen this one up enough, you should be able to just flip it out of the way. And then we're going to come over here to the other side and do the same thing. Once you have the straps removed or loosened, then you're just going to give this thing a push to the front, push that to the front, and let it come down. And then just slide this entire drive shaft out and take it over to your bench. There's a couple of different versions of U-joint style. So we have the Spicer style, which is this one. This is fully sealed. It is stronger because it does not have the large grease cavities inside it. This is lifetime greased. You don't have to maintenance this thing. This is what you're gonna find most of the time. This is a greasable style U-joint, and that is determined by this little guy right here. This is a grease fitting. This threads in, and this entire thing gets filled with grease. We're gonna replace this U-joint, which has outside clips. First thing we're gonna do is take a pair of needle nose pliers, and we're just gonna give that a squeeze and a twist. Now, sometimes they come out easy like that, sometimes they don't. And we're gonna go ahead and take these out as well. This U-joint is now ready to come out. So now let's go ahead and press these out. We're gonna set up our shop press. So we're using this large socket, and we're gonna reposition this all here, square everything up with our press. It's very important that you have a good receiver for this cap. As that cap comes out, if it binds up, you can end up causing more problems. So you want to make sure that you've got everything set up correctly. And then just sit there and press. There we go, it just pops right out. Real simple. Take it all out of the press. We'll bring it over here. Now we have this half in and out, and this cap fell off. Then you just kind of wiggle this cap around so that you can get the next cap out. Then you can slide your yoke off of the U-joint. Next, we're gonna press the other side out. Okay, so now we're gonna take the U-joint out of the drive shaft. We're gonna use the same socket. You want this to be as centered as possible. Press that U-joint right out of there. And then walk your U-joint out. So, just want you to see these inside grooves. This is where the snap rings fit. If this were an inside clip, you would have a recessed groove around the perimeter of the hole on the inside. You're gonna get all of the bores clean. You wanna make sure that the grooves are clean. This is also a good opportunity to inspect your drive shaft. You're gonna look for cracks, dents, areas where it's been grinding or rubbing up against something else. Now we've got our new joint. We're gonna carefully remove a cap. Then we're gonna take the U-joint and we're gonna slide it up into the yoke and then locate that into position on the lower cap, get it centered. Then we take the other cap and we carefully push it over. So now we're gonna flip this over. Now we're gonna take one clip, squeeze it down, and lock it into place. We're gonna take our socket, but this time we're gonna go on the flat side, okay? We don't want to put any pressure on that cap. And then just slowly press this down until you hit that clip. You don't wanna put pressure on the clip. You just wanna seat it. Then release your press. And now we're gonna try to seat our clip. I think we might need to press this in a little bit more. Nope, I take that back. If you have a fully captured U-joint like this, you can do the exact same thing for the next yoke. Slip it over like that and drop it on. These clips will go flying, so try to be careful when you're putting them in. They will go flying, and these things will go miles. Back to the press. Next cap, make sure that we've got it aligned, and then press her on in. Just till it stops, then seat it just a little bit with a little bit of pressure. Then, just like we did on the drive shaft side, replace your clip, and that's all there is to it. Now we can take this to the car and reinstall it. If you're doing this on the ground and you don't have your vehicle lifted, you need to make sure that your slip yoke is properly oriented for the rear. Then we're gonna bring the drive shaft back up into position, slide it back, and lock it in to the saddle. We'll put one cap or bolt over, get it threaded, and then we do the other one. You want them all snugged before you torque them down, and then you're gonna come over here and you're just gonna put some stink on that one. That's all there is to it. Find all the parts you need to get the job done at ebaymotors.com.